Hello everyone. How are you today? Whew. Stupid that I'm already winded. Took me a little bit longer to get back on because, as you should have seen in the pictures for the starting soon screen, Hera had her tummy out, and oh, she's so cute. Petting her face and her head, petting her tummy and her head, and she's just making the biggest biscuits, just happy as can be. Oh, I love that cat so much. Begin scan. Unidentified void chip. Augurs notice a large object among the lifeless rock covering the planet. A void chip, whose signatures and origins are impossible to identify from orbit. It's resting on the edge of a deep ravine. The hull of the identified vessel severely damaged. Rocks around it scattered by the force of a gigantic machine crash landing. Augurs haven't detected any vital signs aboard or near the vessel. Send a squad to the planet to explore the void ship. Landing party reports via box as soon as they touch down. The colossal void ship before them is covered with spikes. It resembles a morbid beast sculpted from darkness itself, menacingly hanging on the ravine. Experienced veteran accurately determines the origin of the unholy vessel. It belongs to a Xenos race called Drukhari. Ready to collapse at any moment, the void ship emits a low, woeful creak as if promising to drag along into the abyss below anyone who dares disturb its slumber. Let's see. Yeah, let's go. Sure, darkness, death, that's to recall people to the vessel. Yeah, let's see what it was doing. After 2 watches of hard labor, the workers managed to stabilize the Drukhari void ship. Soldiers who entered the vessel were met with lifeless bodies of Xenos who had died when the void ship crashed. The void ship itself, following its abominable nature, came to life, immediately craving to sate its wicked appetite for human death. Vessel systems have reacted to the intruders, and senselessly cruel, deadly traps have been activated on all decks. Agility test succeeded. Monstrous contraptions decided to mince, rip apart, and incinerate their victims took the soldiers by surprise, but were neutralized before the squad suffered significant losses. Soldiers found several curious pieces of xenotech on the sinister void ship, but no data that could shed some light on why it came to the Rykard system. Yeah, stuff to sell. Oh, that sucks. Baby's super cute. Blast pistol. Oh. Monofilament grenade. Ooh. That's good. Give those to our grenade chucker. Yeah, so I reread the perk. Why is this not in the cargo? Shame that no one can actually use these. Oh yeah, noble sword. It's still crazy to me that they added so many more force swords. 7 to 12. Yeah, I think I'll. Everyone thought to bleed. I think I'll go with this for the debuff. And swords are cooler, anyways. I'm not shy about how much more I like swords over axes and stuff. Hey, already explored. The way it said point of interest, it felt like it was gonna have more for me to do. Bunker, starport, here we go, electrodynamic Cenobian. Straight Eye's also gonna shuffle around some gear. Nope, not quest. Inventory, please. Never have used this. I do like the additional hit chance. We're on the sniper for now.
Curiosity sings in my veins.
Each 73%. That's by brush multi-laser turret. No thing of landing something. See, and this is why you always, as soon as you land in an area, you'll always turn around and start going back. Games have trained me for that since I was a child. Lore check. Oh no! Many people unworthy event. Held Cenobian humbly said their prayers amidst this computational altar. Look at all these prayer scenes. I like that Pascal gets to use two two-handed weapons with his android. Eric can awake with the gates of magic. I'm having a tough choice of who to boot from my party for the moment. Because whenever you get a new party member, you have to use them for at least a little while.
Darkness lurks beyond the bright flashes. No, two darknesses. One streaked with red, with clanking shackles and false preaching. The other, a bilious yellow, the tang of roiling blood and screams of pain.
The colors of this place are flecked with sparks of pain. Bright scarlet, blackish crimson, deathly gray. A kaleidoscope of despair and madness.
Might get rid of Argenta. For at least now. Wire junctions are often marked with symbols of keys that appears to connect the two lines. On the Maldives of machine spirits and waves of diagnostic divination.
Cast your eye there.
Nullified Electro Priest. Tech Priest's body rests on a metal table surrounded by sparkling spirals of copper coil. Patina of sacred unguents covers his withered flesh. His augments have been polished with great care. Intricate electrodes cover the dead man's crossed arms and bare torso. Strands of wires envelop his head. Pascal respectfully bows his head. Honored adherent, thank you for showing us the truth of fabrication general Technomar's maxim. Death does not end the service of the spirit driven. Yeah. See, the Warhammer universe is so awful that even when you die, you don't get this. Body seems motionless, but notice a slight tremor in his fingertips. Ancient servant of the Omnicide must be data driven. His mind, developed in digital reverie, persists for hundreds or thousands of years, but his frail body is decaying. The sacred state of trance is a great reward only earned by the wisest and most pious servants of the machine. Such purity of color. I've never seen anything like it. Deep tranquility shrouded in a cool white cloud. Such a unity of thought and spirit. Dead are incapable of exuding such hues. Next to the table, bodies resting on, you see small amulets crafted from burned cogitator circles. Not just on the small objects. Clearly left here recently. Can you hear me, Tech Priest? Light and then a little brighter and sharper than the smell of on the ceiling comes alive. The solemn by-inherent area turns into a crackling somnolent voice. This dark hour, I'm ready to bring you good tidings, tech brethren. Respond with the words, the sacred Galvanic hymn. The sacred Galvanic hymn is a revered and miraculous prayer of the Invictus Mechanics. Naturally, you know it very well. Let us praise the twin charges, the body electric, the omniscience who lights the spark of reason within us. Let us carry this charge to those who have turned their minds toward his light. Let it be so indeed. The monastery is under attack by heretics. Need help? In my data trade, I saw their unbelievable quest rejected them angry. It was said in the 4th article of security, no unbeliever's hand shall intrude upon that operation site. They have seditious designs on the road. Should I give you, who does not belong to our faith and fellowship, my blessing to stand up to these blasphemers? You may not be a member of your priesthood, but you and I are of the same faith. The statement is true. The 1st article of security says, fear above all evils and defilement of knowledge. Its command outweighs the prohibition contained in the 6th article of security, that knowledge be blocked away from the ignorant. So be it. In the name of shaming the unbelievers, grant you the blessing of special access and protection from the rage of the motive force. Right like sounds like the silent crimson walls, the awakened conjurators process the ancient tech priest's command. Gain 50% armor against shock damage. Modified tech priest rests on a table enveloped in wires. I feel like I should be able to shut their door again, so they aren't, like, exposed, you know?
They will see. Oh, yes. They all
Those are
will
killed with a hit to the
see.
back from some kind of electrical weapon. You shall be purified by the motive force, blasphemer. These guys are weird, because they got, like, snail shells. Oh boy, am I glad that that's where he went. Oh man, I only had one charge. Damn it. You're so lucky I'm not allowed to hit you again. Wait, I killed him. Why am I not full health now? Wait. I thought you only got shorter breath on extra death from above, not every death from above. I don't like that. Wow. Yeah, having her shoot things definitely seems like the better option. Damn. I should expose weakness first. Wait, shit, I thought she had... Oh, Pascal, oh, dodge. Wow. Wow, dude.
As the Emperor...
had one job.
No! Smoky flashes are choking me.
Why did he explode electricity around?
Running binary.
I need to remember to buff and debuff before attacking, not after. Maybe she's too far from bring it down.
Beyond side knows all, comprehends all.
God, I wish I could charge him.
Victory is imminent.
Haunt everyone.
See?
And Abelard. And Pascal with the first
Integrity
aid kit,
factor
please.
increased.
See, and then they don't even have the decency to drop loot. Like, how rude. Data altar of sacred analysis. Only the words of the first Galvanic hymn will reveal to you the gifts hidden behind the veil of knowledge. Pascal, can you remind me how the hymn goes? It is not known to me only high-ranking servants. Damn it. Emperor helpless, the esteemed Magos Kano, not knowing prayer. He's flying like a cadet in an exam. Is this something that you're supposed to know if you are super into Warhammer lore?
What
And know about
lies beyond?
The tech, know a lot about the tech priest. No wounds on the Heretics' body, but his face torn in tear. His eyes are bloodshot from ruptured vessels. Popping blood vessels in your eyes sucks.
I'm not satisfied with that answer. I will repeat my question again. The last Electro Priest you killed, where did you find him?
Burn in the fire of dawn, servant of the Corpse Emperor!
Another one meets the limit of his utility. The last of them.
Tall, dark-haired man sizes you up with a quick glance. A supernatural chill is making the air around him crackle softly. The expensive fabric of his jacket is stitched with gold thread marked by several reddish-brown stains. A horse sword and a box hang from his belt. The emblem of the Holy Inquisition glitters on his chest. You're going to focus on the man in front of you, but you cannot shake the image of the deadly torture he inflicted on his victim. Pulse quickens, blood pounding in your ears and sweat beading on your skin. Interrogator Von Calyx, I presume?
Yes. Well, since you know who I am, and are in no hurry to kill me, I infer that you serve the Emperor, not his enemies. Allow me to introduce myself. Interrogator Heinrichs van Kellox, of the Imperial Inquisition's esteemed Ordo Xenos. With whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
Shadow. A great big sun-eclipsing, chain-weaving shadow. I can see the threads, myriads of them extending toward us all, and all of them creeping off toward him like snakes, shrouding us in poison. My, oh my, do I sense trouble, and it's right in my throat. It itches. Don't you Inquisition me! I'm under the Rogue Trader's protection!
Adira is a member of my personal retinue and is under my protection.
Your retinue, you say? Then let's go back to my previous question. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
Rogue Trader Lucindia von Valencius.
Von Valencius? To the best of my knowledge, that dynasty is headed by the esteemed Theodora von Valencius. Has there been a change of circumstances?
Theodora is dead, slain in battle by enemies of humanity.
The news is lamentable. My condolences. And I presume the heir to the sacred warrant of trade and the lofty title of Rogue Trader is none other than yourself. Well then, what precisely has brought you to the sanctum of the Omnissiah?
I'm here to collect you. I'm under orders from the Lord Inquisitor to offer any assistance you may require, after which I am to provide you with a safe passage to footfall aboard my ship.
Then the timing of our meeting is fortuitous. I am requisitioning you and your retinue for my task.
Requisitioning? Young man, your choice of words is unseemly to the point of insult. You're addressing a rogue trader.
I don't imagine you'll be any happier if I say taking into inquisitorial custody.
To aid his faithful servant in the fight against corruption is the solemn duty of all whose actions affect millions of the Imperium subjects. Let your example guide those who will carry the Emperor's light across 1,000 stars.
You are familiar with the works of Inquisitor Alistar the Redeemer. Not every acolyte can say the same, let alone people less initiated. Please forgive my lapse in manners, Lady Navigator Orselio. It is a great honor. I came to Rykad Minoris on a mission, which a rebellion prevented me from fulfilling. The governor is convinced that malcontents from among the rabble were the instigators, but I immediately suspected a more sinister presence at the root of the mutiny. My visit to the monastery and a few unhurried conversations with some of the rebels confirmed my suspicions. Someone by the name of Aurora is leading the rebellion. Data indicates that the head of the cultists is here right now, in the sanctum of the ancient reactor. Given the prophecy of the Final Dawn, and the special efforts made by the enemies of humanity to seize the monastery, their goal is to gain access to the Holy Power Source's control circuit and trigger a process that, once started, cannot be stopped. In other words, to detonate the reactor, thus being themselves the cause of their much-touted Final Dawn.
Blasphemous insanity.
As Heinrich's Van Calix speaks, you simply notice the way he is looking. Eyes ever slightly narrowed, it's peering into your soul. A soul that is touched by the gift of sorcery. Change in your expression does not escape the interrogator's notice. You see the corner of his mouth twitch. It's instantly recognized the bellowing good cipher. Precisely what were you doing in the monastery?
I arrived here with an escort squad, only to lose it in our very first open skirmish. The monastery is swarming with heretics. The soldiers I requisitioned from the governor fell in battle, bled to death, or deserted. I had to make do with catching and forcefully interrogating individual rebels. It is from them that I learned what I relayed to you just now.
I can help you with Aurora. Let's join forces.
Thank you. Regrettably, the governor's people showed themselves to be unprepared for the perils of this place. and extracting blade shards from a person's stomach is beyond my powers. I hope that a rogue trader's retinue will prove more capable than a group of soldiers fresh off the base. I am positive that not all of the electro-priests within these walls have perished. The heretics spoke of shadows emerging from side alleys to make short work of the cultists invading their abode. I surmise that the entrance to their hiding place is somewhere in the hall, near a machine known as the Circular Cogitator. I imagine it's one of the local sacred relics which the electro-priests treat with special piety.
Oh no, you are not getting rid of Cassia. Alright, well, of course I require Pascal through here, duh. There we go, now we got Heinrichs.
The machine god grants the insight.
Ooh. Bit of the staff, power level 9 gains the lightning arc ability. Yeah, this will be thrown onto Nadira. The symbol for the Omnisci is inscribed on the walls. Grooves of electric discharge fanning out from it like a river. Alright, now let's get him quite a few levels. Am I stupid? I am stupid. This is what I was looking for. Just quick power level in, well, powering through his levels. I don't plan on using him after this fight, really, because he, really does not like chaos. Improving charge is so good. Damn, so am I supposed to go right in? Should I just have these two set each other on fire immediately? Yeah, so originally, this was our first way to get a Force Sword, was all the way to now. God damn it. Well, I was trying to pull back.
Be careful not to cross my gaze.
Probably should have thought about how that would destroy all the cover. myself. Alright, you can charge.
Weapon at the ready.
Sadly, I can't.
Stay vigilant. Out of my way.
Ah. Oh, that dude's like turbo fuck. I mean, turbo screwed. Don't tell anyone. Nope, I want to board. Like, this isn't gonna. See, I forgot to buff and debuff before we actually start fighting. Gotta cling close to the wall to hopefully not get hit by that.
Anything?
Giving her a gun is a great idea, damn! Reach anyone else with right.
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Oh, damn. I had no clue. This dude's behind full cover, so I still can't get to him.
Not sanctioned to do this.
Follow my lead.
Could have set that guy on fire, huh?
What is?
Oh, that guy's still alive over there?
High momentum.
These coils are about to go off.
Running My
Oh shit, I didn't realize there was a guy over there still. Damn it.
Let's see.
Well, that works.
Patience. My nerves are frayed.
Wait for this one to go off again. If these bodies get looted on exit. Sniper rifle? Just deal with the injuries. Hey, Pascal, a new grenade to replace the one. Some careless cultists have been thoroughly fried by arc formed through the motive force. Alright. Now is where the fun begins. A crowd of cultists is surrounded a tech priest crucified upon a mechanism. A rhythmic whisper repeated by 100 voices blends into some blasphemous enchantment. Powerful discharges of the motive force run through the machine, causing the unfortunate prisoner's body to convulse brutally, forcing woeful cries of pain from its lips. In the clenched claws of stagnation, the shackles of Iteration Zero, under the iron wing, let the cycle be discontinued. I'm registering a severe violation of the Purity Protocol. Blessed Amernat has been captured by heretics and is being tortured. Around the hall. Heretics have taken up positions everywhere, many more doubtlessly hiding in the passages leading out of the hall. Now they are all focused on the sacrilegious torture of the tech priest. Sure he is Amernat? Confirmed. I do not observe his face, but I recognize his words. Let the cycle be discontinued. It's the blessed Amaranth's motto. How is he bearing the torture? A devotee of the Omnissiah capable of withstanding great bodily torment, no loss of function, where flesh reinforced with sacred iron will preserve, the purity of spirit may perish. I hypothesize that the heretics have made the blessed Amernat a participant in some variety of sacrilegious ritual. Through sacrilegious torture, they are trying to break his will and turn him into an unholy terminal with which to control the reactor's outer power circuit system. Tech priest's colors are stained with grime. They are diluted, painted over with rot. Yet his heart still holds a cinder of bright red. This dying flame will be ignited anew. He will save the esteemed tech priest without risking his life. We can use these blasphemers' clothing as a disguise. Unrecognized, we can sabotage the power units, overloading them and thus cleansing the Hall of Heretics. Lightning discharges have charred the cultist corpses. Whiffs of smoke rise from their empty eye sockets, whose contents have evaporated. Clothes covered in the blood of innocents are crudely painted over with emblems of the archenemy, which exude a repulsive air of soul decay. Signs of the archenemy are not just painted symbols, but conductors of its will. The words of their prayers, even spoken without faith, coat of arms, even deceitfully worn. All this increases the presence of the ruinous power near you, and draws their corruption attention toward you. Do not make me. Suggesting we pass on the chance to kill them all with our own hands. Yeah, I'm actually curious to know what it's like to walk in a heretic's shoes. I pray the Omnissiah gives blessing, Amaranth, and enough fortitude. Time passed. 5 minutes. Oh my god. The heretic's garb clings to your skin like a greedy leech. Tingling and foul fever spread over your body, as though these tatters have imbibed the vile contents of their former wearer's soul. Grim-looking heretic walks up to you resolutely, blocking your path. He studies your disguise with suspicion. His left eye has 2 conjoined irises, while his right eye has 4. I don't... Who are you? Why haven't I met you before? Smile mysteriously. Perhaps the master has blinded your eyes to trifles so that you may behold what is true. Reply imbued with mystical significance is evidently enough to cultists' liking. He smiles haughtily and says, "May our master blind you too, sister." How am I supposed to do that? Oh. A heavy crown of golden earl augments rests upon the servitor's head. The crown is bent and broken through loose gun butt blows. The pale body is covered with blasphemous inscriptions carved into the withered flesh. Identify the acolyte as a distribution server, registering upon it traces of a sacrilegious violation of the rate of operation. The probability of its responsiveness to commands is below average. Should I conduct a restart ceremony? Glory of the Omnissiah, let this machine spirit sleep. That it may awaken and serve again. Let the outer neural connection circuit be plunged in darkness. Let the command response hub fall silent. Escal switches to binaric speech. Makes every action with the line of a sacred hymn. It's amazing how the reverent, odd tech priest's voice can be discerned, even through his rattling thoughts. Suddenly, every light on the servitor's crown comes alive. Sharp sparks burst from the augments from the servitor's brow. Several black, ash-tinted tears run from its empty eye sockets, ready to serve. Energize the hall's power units to the maximum. It will be done. The idea of just carving my name into it is really funny to me. I mean, it's not yet ready.
One step at a time, amidst the madness.
The altar is adorned with gilded skulls, threads of metal used to be electudes or fused onto the bone. Once majestic, the altar has now been desecrated with blasphemous images of blue-green suns. Its levers and buttons have been pried from their sockets. The mechanism still glorifies the Omnissiah with its operation. I identify this as the safety system's altar. For a diversion to succeed, this blessed machine must be executed. May its spirit forgive us. Forgive us, honored machine spirit, we are obliged to interrupt your work. Cause it to overload. Escal offers a short but inherent prayer, and enters command after command to set up a trap for the machine spirit inhabiting the altar. Code born out of the tech priest tinkering causes the spirit to flutter confusedly in a snare of impossible commands. Heat up the altar circuit boards. Perish forever in the showers of sparks that burst forth from the melting wires. We granted the Omnissiah's forgiveness for this act. I am registering a general shutdown of the security system. Nope, I want everyone. Alright, are we out of things to interact with? Yes. Tech Priest's corpse, his throat slit, a splendid command throne laced with finely wrought motive force paths. A contorted expression of righteous anger is frozen on his face. A black blindfold covers his eyes. This is the Lumino Deacon's command throne. This is where the power unit actuation and shutdown litanies are recited from. The blessed Lumino Deacon himself has the honor of closing the circuit motive force flows through. Let's have Pascal do it. Request denied. You're not authorized to sit upon the Lumino Deacon's command throne. Such an act can be considered sacrilege. Pascal, saving the relic and your mentor justifies a minor infraction of the rules. Yeah, bend them rules. Situation deemed an emergency. I request the Omnissiah's forgiveness. Forgiveness for the transgression about to be committed. Tech Priest's body winces from the most force's discharge. His vox begins to recite sacred words of the litany as his fingers activate the command roots with precise, unhurried movements. Noting the successful activation of the power units. Yep, that was that fight. Real tough, huh? See, that's why sometimes you just gotta not care. Now we get another level up. Feels crazy that we're finishing this up at level 12. Like, that's good. Feels good. Ooh. Yep, taking the heal. The Psyker is healed or heals any ally if the character being healed is already at full wounds. The character instead gains temporary wounds. An enemy adjacent to an ally dies, that ally gains stacking corpus conversion effect. Multiple allies are adjacent to the dead enemy, one is selected at random. Psyker's next psychic power that targets only the target with corpus conversion works as if the Psyker's psi rating is too higher. Will not degrade the veil, will not trigger psychic phenomena or perils of the warp, and will remove one stack. Dang. Ooh. Yeah, let's actually go with that one. Must pass a willpower resistance test or immediately move out of zone. Yeah, that's right. This one's really funny. Because you just plop it at the back of a room to keep enemies from stacking up, and they all have to run at you. Six runs at the beginning of every turn and gains one additional one for every navigator talent taken. Damn. 25% cover efficiency. Ooh. Extra 5 damage is nice. Damn. Heinrich's stinky butt. So, Heinrichs, I can't care that much about him because I don't like
Curiosity sings in my veins.
dogmatic path. Or the Emperor and all that, but man, I do not like the dogmatic path feels more evil than most of the evil actions. Like, sure, that's my not Warhammer brain applying our logic to Warhammer, but man, some of the dogmatic choices, it's like, this is the good thing to do, and you're like, that is actually evil. Like, you are a terrible person now for doing that. Ooh. Heavy armor, you don't say. Look at that, extra deflection. Loot everything before speaking with the Tech Priest. Since he screamed, I was kind of expecting him to speak. The cycles of the foreordained, there lurks a flaw of worship. The priest's body convulses pain, plaintive creaks and Ben-Heron prayers coming from his box. As moments pass, the signal becomes less and less clear. There's something twisted and wrong being added to it. Welcome home, dear. Subject unidentified. This is not the blessed Amernat. Stranger, I request your name. How do you know my mentor's motto? Examine the Tech Priest. There are deep burns all over his flesh, and the skin around his augments is charred. Blasphemous spells have been carved into his sacred iron, forming unholy litanies of scrap code. It's amazing how robust this Tech Priest's life support system has proven to be in maintaining the spark of life in his grievously wounded body. Do you know him, Pascal? Subject has not been identified and has no record in my catalog. Interrogation is impossible due to the subject's evident affective state of clouded consciousness. Who are you, servant of the Omnissiah? Fire of the hearth sent forth sparks. The name of the spark is Abel Hanuman. The echo of my call has reached you. Good. The iteration is at its end. The design is fulfilled. What design? Why are you calling yourself by my name? Was it you who summoned me to Rykard Minoris? What for? I categorically demand an answer. Eskel's voice rises to an intimidating howl. The leader's Tech Priest does not seem to understand what he is saying. What? Whoa! What the fuck, dude? Ask about Ambernet. You came here because of him, after all. No, he came because of himself. Myself. To redeem myself. To correct a mistake? Possible. But how do you? There's a look of gentle condensation in Apple's eyes. Condensation. Ascension. It's being condescending. Condescension. There we go. Strange, given the circumstances. The hubris of the mind spurs him to build momentum, monuments to himself. Do not regret, for all is predetermined by the iteration. Devastating coughing fit cuts him off. A clang of tearing metal from inside his chest. Talk once we get him out of here. A cold premonition. breaks the heart. Probabilities are dark and frightening. Brother, I do not wish to gaze into them. We are the flame of knowledge that drives the darkness away. Askel's quickly inspecting Abel's wounds, paying no mind to the blood or sacred vengeance staining his sleeves. His fox rests soothingly. Do not fear what is to come, mother. We are already here. I'm going to take him down. As soon as he touches that creature's battered flesh, he shifts his gaze to you and says with sudden clarity, "Many sparks have gone out, but not all. The electric shepherds are alive in the darkness. I heard their prayers. Find them. Save them. Recite the hymn of contact circuit restoration, so that you may behold what is hidden." Blast him out of form, run down the tech priest's body, his face towards him. A mocking grimace, malformed inherent code repulsively jarring to the ears, pours out of his vox. Information archived in the effect that the circuit restoration hymn is the entrance password to the Electro Priest's hiding place. Eskel responds with Taoisms of containment or Uriah. I note with great sorrow, the cultist ritual has been partially successful. My tech brothers have been tainted by corruption. He's in the grip of schismatical and unholy imitation of a machine spirit. Request immediate activation of the tech scores protocol. I'd rather leave him as he is. Must be a purpose to whatever ritual he was taking part in. Request denied. We are not granting him salvation. Let's at least grant him merciful deviation. You could have just shot him, dude. As mangled as it is, the tech priest's body still clings to life. It takes several blows to end his corruption-tainted existence. Even after that, a repulsive giggle is heard over the static from his vox. Kandre touches the dead man's head carefully, grips his neural augment in its claw, and extracts it and sucks it with the utmost care. The skull bone cracks dryly. Brain matter taints the sacred metal. Rest in purity, tech brother. The knowledge you have attained through your efforts will be preserved and purified. Lord Captain, on the side commands a pious mind to strive toward uncovering the truth. For I will not stop until I find my mentor and understand his connection to the servant of the sheepdog. I request the privilege of joining your retinue as a rightful companion, and offer to fulfill the duties of an engineer on your ship in exchange for the right to follow you. Conduct my own investigation. I'm not at 2 yet. What's the story of the week do? The first round of combat, everyone in the Rogue Traders party gains a 25% chance to regain 1 AP after killing an enemy. However, triggering this effect immediately manifests psychic phenomena. Which means there's a chance of, like, summoning demons and stuff. Gifts of the Warp. Any psychic phenomena increases the momentum of the Rogue Traders party. So that just means that everyone gets to attack more. Was I being talked to? Yeah, I don't know what they could be. Burb. Sorry about that, I'm back. Something's biting my kid at night. And it's no bueno.
Glory be to the current of the motive force. May its dulcet light shine in our nospheric coronas. May its vitality nourish our augments. May its purity wash over our imperatives.
Of course, he loves the hot pad. Weird. Alright, so what if instead of that we quick went back to our ship? Because we have a bunch of injuries. Something's biting my kid and we gotta figure out what's going on. And you haven't been, like, scratching them, right?
They will see. Oh, yes, they all will see.
You should maybe wash your hoodie and jacket. Has this only started happening since you started wearing your winter jacket? Yeah, it wouldn't be immediately. So the thing that's been sitting in the closet for like 7-8 months? Go talk to your mom about it. You should still clean all of your bedding, obviously. But that would also explain the spots where it's happening. And right back in. Look at that! We're no longer injured. Can I level them from here? Damn. I might have just solved the mystery of what's happening. Oh man, so at Target, my roommate pointed out these Milk's strawberry flavor, and I was like, oh, milk tea. And I thought it was kind of weird when I thought about it harder, kind of weird that it was not in a cool area, because I love strawberry milk tea. It's like strawberry milk, but less sugary. So I bought it, and I went to drink it the day after I bought it, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, wait, Korea's #1 cream soda, fresh and creamy and fizzy? That's not milk tea at all. It's not very good. Straight up, it is not very good. Huh. You know, I did just do something kind of unfortunate while doing that.
There will be no peace
Hey, you want to buff me
in
again?
my wake.
I no longer have the 50% electricity armor. God, what was the first? What is the prayer? First Galvanic Hymn. I'm sorry. Galvanic Hymn. Yes. I'm Messiah. Oh, yep, I would have been wrong. Is there any way that I'm supposed to have learned this without knowing a bunch of Warhammer lore? Yeah, I thought that it was going to be one. That's why I didn't do it, because I would have been wrong. The Omnissiah from whom the holy discharge springeth forth. Verse 2 calls to you, pilgrim. Those souls with gratitude toward the the arcane key that closeth the circuit. Now finish the prayer. May the unity of the sacred charge power the immortal reason that hath created the spark. Verily so, a pilgrim who has learned our ways is worthy of the gifts of the enlightened. Remember, kids, if you study good enough, you'll be given a gun. Let's see. And then the other thing was, yeah, just a normal arc rifle. Damn it. I guess I should have checked out Heinrich's gear, huh? Yeah, seriously. Originally, this was the first Force sword you got for a long time. And it sucked. Oh. No, actually, I do like the warp lore. Oh, he's my only iconoclast person. Oh, right, I gotta go back.
Patience. Oh, my nerves are frayed.
Yeah, if you don't just electrocute all those people, it's a big, long fight, and you have to kill every single one of those guys. Machine Alter accepts the contact demonstration of him with a delightful murmur. A shortish, muscular man wearing the scarlet colors of the priesthood of Mars steps into your path. The wrinkles on his cheeks and forehead point to his propensity for frequent outbursts of fierce anger. Right now, he is showing no signs of aggression. Glowing blue patterns of electric tattoos, or electus, shown through his oddly bluish-tinted skin. A tight bandage covers the man's eyes, yet he turns to face straight towards you with no hesitation, with a sharp, screeching voice not unlike a bird cawing. May the charge of the On-Messiah's mercy persist in the hands of the faithful. May the motive force persist in their batteries. Make the sign of the Aquila. The Emperor protects. Man responds curtly, as if given a military command. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. Hollowed electrodynamic Cenobian receives you, pilgrim. I am Dar Impulse VI, servant of the motive force and the praetor of Electroid of the Sacred Monastery. Okay. Skull bows down humbly before the man. A thrill of Benheric signals comes from his box. The praetor responds with a solemn gesture of blessing. The skull turns to you and says, rank of praetor Electroid is a sign of high standing in the Electro Priest fraternity. Granted an audience is a great honor. The honor. Yeah, no, the guy's being called. Maybe it was. No. You can take the head off now. What the hell? In the honor of hosting the rogue trader of House Von Valencius, I urge you to follow proper etiquette when interacting with the eminent bearer of the sacred warrant. In these walls, worldly titles are nothing before the motive force. Your deeds, however, speak far louder than titles. Your path here is sprayed with the blood of desecrators. our impulse to 6, it was you, was it not, that Lotus Abel came seeking an interpretation of his data trance? Oh yeah, your arm will be red for a little bit. So you talked to your mom about it potentially being a code. Oh. Yes, Tech Brother Abel arrived here to engage in a magnetic meditation that was to verify his visions. Unfortunately, the heretic's machinations prevented us from completing the ritual. Stamelogis volunteered to help in defending the monastery. Contact with him was lost soon afterward. What kind of visions was he receiving? Amnesiah's revelation was encrypted with great meticulousness, which indicates its great importance. Grasping it fully is beyond my ability. A single touch was enough for me to realize the enormity of the secret concealed within, or, more exactly, the secret design, which was how Tech Brother Abel referred to it. His mind had discerned in the world around him traces of some grand silence that he wished to comprehend. Logis Abel is dead. Sad news indeed. Tech Brother Abel was chosen by the Omnissiah to be a comprehender of great mysteries. May his spirit, his motive force come into being anew in the front of the meticulous fusion reactor. What happened here and how did you manage to survive? The heretics descended in droves upon the Cenobium. We gave battle. The unholy foes buried the Omnissiah's warriors under a mass of their bodies, thus extinguishing the defender's sparks of purity. It was then that I ordered my 2 surviving brethren to retreat into the monastery's secret chambers. Upon taking refuge there, we began to destroy the blasphemous intruders in surreptitious ways. Alas, as fiery as my brethren's anger was, no right to permit them to die in honest combat. The task of taking back our abode still lay ahead for us. I must commend your skill with your secret chambers are concealed. A tinge of wounded pride enters his voice, if he is upset about failing to discover the Octro priest's shelter. The choice of tactics was wise as well. There was no point in losing more lives in the massacre of the cultist Rod. The leader of the heretics fought her way into the Ark where dwells some miraculous fusion group. She was trying to desecrate the rite of operation with her unholy litanies, so that the relic may be corrupted and the world of Riker Minors may perish in a fount of fire. But my brethren, their magnetic meditation, hampering her efforts by chanting access request prayers in unison, thereby suppressing the commands of their blasphemous enter. Well, I gotta close everything. Bye, chat.